Hello and welcome to this Production Insights video where I'm going to talk you through how I got from this to this. So that's my song Follow Me, which came out on the 30th of October 2023. So what I want to do today is to take a bit of a different approach to the Production Insights and look at just some of the production methods that I used here to kind of really add emphasis to certain parts at certain times, using kind of the same melodies in different ways throughout the song, looking at kind of how to introduce dynamics in different parts of the song, and kind of getting transitions right. So first thing first, let's open up the session. So here I've got the mix session open in Studio One. As you can see, pretty busy, over 50 tracks there, although as you can see a lot of those are vocals, so there's maybe not as much going on as it might seem on the surface, but that's still quite a lot by my standards. So I want to start with that lead part, that main melody that I came up with, that you heard in the voice note. And to start with, I went straight for a synth, and this is what we started off with, so let's have a listen. So yeah, you can hear there that it's pretty kind of dirty sounding synth, lots of modulation going on. I think there's a phaser going on in there. There's plenty of sort of distortion and grittiness, and I just wanted something pretty aggressive, which I think that sound achieved. But I wanted it to kind of really kind of hold the listener's attention and really be emphasized. So one of the methods that I used to do that fairly regularly is to kind of double up the exact same part with a different instrument, and in this case I tripled up this melody with two additional guitar parts playing the exact same melody. So let's have a listen to those added in with the synth. So yeah, you can hear there's like a lower guitar part panned hard left, a higher guitar part panned hard right, and the kind of the lead, although it's in stereo, it feels like it's sort of coming straight down the middle, so really kind of makes that melody kind of really full and carrying kind of the whole weight of the song there. So that's a good technique to use. You're sort of layering up the melody with different instruments, but that melody is really kind of key throughout the song. It doesn't just happen in that part, it kind of continues through into the verses. So in the first verse it continues on just on the guitars, and it's sort of a palm muted guitar part. So let's just have a listen to that on its own. So yeah, same part, just played in a very different way, and you can hear there what I've done is I've sort of put a low pass filter that sort of sweeps across and just introduces more and more of those higher frequencies gradually, and what that does is kind of hopefully infer to the listener that we're sort of progressing towards something, which is obviously the chorus. And in the second verse, that melody just carries on the synth, but the same synth as it is in the main part, but an octave lower. So yeah, at that pitch, it's kind of a very different sound. Actually, it's much less aggressive. You can kind of hear the phaser moving a lot more clearly, and that's good. You know, that all of that kind of adds to the different dynamics that you're creating. You want kind of a little bit of a more reserved feel in the verses, so that the choruses feel even bigger when they punch in. So yeah. So obviously that riffs in quite a lot of the song, but just used in different ways to kind of achieve different things throughout. So the next thing I want to talk about is the bass. Bass started off with just a synth bass. So let's have a listen to that kind of initial sound that I went for. So yeah, I think it's Low Down by Cherry Audio is the VST instrument that I use, which I love, and I've used on plenty of other tracks as well. Always kind of has some really nice, interesting sort of bass sounds. But what I thought was missing from that was the kind of the attack and the grit, because this is such a high energy song that you really need those kind of key transients to really kind of come through, that bam, 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 bam. And obviously you're not quite getting that from that synth bass, and I always think the best way to kind of get attack into a bass part is a bass guitar, and adding some distortion, which is what I did here. So let's hear that added in. So yeah, you can hear there very clearly that kind of 700 to 900 hertz range is really a lot more audible. Really kind of carries that transient, that attack, and that's going to kind of help the whole feel of the song really kind of become more energetic. So yeah, other things to note about the bass is that it once it gets into the verses, it's just the bass guitar. So the synth bass drops out, and the purpose of that is again to kind of create some dynamic. So once the chorus kicks in, the bass gets bigger and fuller and kind of fatter at the bottom end, because that synth bass is a lot rounder at the bottom end. And yeah, so let's have a quick listen to that transition from verse into chorus and just the bass. So yeah, depending on what you're watching or listening to the audio of this video through, if it's decent speakers or headphones or just your phone, you may get a better or worse impression of the kind of transition there from kind of just bass guitar to both of them together. But hopefully it does achieve that kind of increase in energy and sort of fatter bottom end. So yeah, the last thing that I really wanted to go through, and kind of segueing nicely from that transition just there, is transitions more generally. So really getting from verse to chorus in a kind of highly impactful way, and something that I've been sort of giving increasing attention to. The one kind of classic method that lots of producers use is is a reverse cymbal, reverse crash, to kind of, you know, draw the listener into a big impactful first beat of the chorus. So I'm not too proud to copy what many successful producers have done before me, so I certainly did that here in this case. So yeah, nice and simple there, but effective. The other thing that I did was to use a plugin by Baby Audio called Transit, which is a really great tool I highly recommend getting hold of, that just helps you kind of put together transitions. It's literally designed for that purpose. So you can do loads of stuff on it, whether it's kind of adding in sweeping filters or kind of noise generation or different kind of types of modulation, delay, reverb, you know, phase, whatever. And you can sort of piece together in a really intuitive way the kind of transitions that you want to do. So let's listen to what I did coming into the second chorus, where I've sort of designed two different transitions alongside that reverse cymbal, and layered them up together. So it sounds quite straightforward there, really. Actually, it's reasonably subtle, but what happens alongside that is that I've kind of thinned out the synth parts, the guitar parts that are going on, and the vocals and the bass, in order to really emphasize those transitions and then sort of bring everything back in with a bang. So let's listen to that all together with everything in the mix, and you can kind of hear hopefully the impact that it has. So hopefully that does the job that's intended. So yeah, let's have a listen just from the kind of middle of that second verse through the chorus and then into that kind of post-chorus, and just have a listen to some of those things that I've talked about. The kind of general principle of this song that I wanted to achieve when I started was to kind of have this post-chorus part with that original riff, that be bigger than the chorus. So it kind of it picks up from the verse to the chorus, and then it goes even bigger after the chorus into this kind of big sort of catchy hook that hopefully people can get involved in and enjoy. So let's have a listen through that. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed that and found it interesting. If you did, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and let me know in the comment section what techniques you use or what videos you'd like to see. If you'd like to see me focus on different things, I'm more than happy to oblige. The song is out everywhere now, so do go and listen to it wherever you get your music. Bandcamp, Spotify, Apple Music, etc. It should be in all of those places. Just look me up, Daniel Hugh, follow me, and I hope you enjoy it.
and look forward to seeing you in the next one.